Well, I want to thank my colleague, Mr. LaMalfa from California. I've heard him often speak on the floor. I've invited him several times to speak and do 1 minute because I'm the person in charge of getting people to the floor to do 1 minute. I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity to hear him speak in a little bit longer time because I found out how much we agree on issues. I'm a person who, I'm particularly keen about the water issue that he spent some time talking about. I grew up in a house with no electricity and no running water. I grew up carrying water, and water has always been a precious, precious commodity to me. We're the most fortunate people in the world in the United States that we have the greatest resources available to us, and many times I think we don't appreciate the scarcity of some of those resources or the need to husband those resources in a way that protects them not only for ourselves but for future generations. And I've always felt that people who are farmers are among the most eloquent speakers for our environment. As Mr. LaMalfa said, and I completely agree with him and said it many times myself, that farmers are the best stewards of our land. They believe in sustainability. They believed in sustainability long before sustainability became a catchword in the community, because if they didn't keep the land as sustainable, then they wouldn't have the land in order for their own livelihood. I'm a person who also grew up farming, sometimes on a very small scale, but my husband and I still have a garden every year, and we certainly understand the importance of taking care of all of our resources, but particularly our natural resources. And I think so often Republicans don't get the credit that they deserve for being good stewards and for looking after our land and all of our resources. And I also am very keen on the fact that we have a diversity of people serving in Congress. Again, I think it's very important that we have people from all walks of life serving in here, because it's the diversity of experiences that are so important to us in terms of having the different points of view as we consider legislation, so that there are people who grew up in cities who have no idea what it's like to farm, have no idea where food comes from exactly, and it's important for us to get the different points of view. We need farmers, we need educators, we do need some lawyers, but we need people who've had all kinds of experiences. We need people who've driven trains, train engineers, but every kind of diversity that's at all possible here. And I think it's very important, though, that we have particularly a large share of farmers. And our numbers of farmers have gone down over the years, obviously, as we have left the farm, and as farmers have become so incredibly productive in this country, they provide so much more than they have in the past. So I really appreciate the eloquence of my colleague from California in presenting the issues that he has presented.